Alrighty, hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Hackl YouTube channel. Today we are here to talk about Saw.
Yes.
I've never seen Saw. He's never seen Saw. He's seen Saw 4. Up to 4. If you're new here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It means a lot to me every single time I see something new on the channel. We're almost at 1K and probably will be by the time this video goes up because, well, our outfits are going to change throughout this video. Now, we originally recorded the intro to this last week when we watched Saw 1, but I deleted it.
Silly goose.
Oopsies. And I deleted it out of the
Oopsie.
recycle bin. So, yeah, it's fucking gone. But that's okay because we have seen the first 2 Saw movies, so we are going to do quick reviews of that. And before we get into this, there will be spoilers. They're going to be quick little 5-10 minute whatever reviews for each Saw movie. We're going to go all the way up to Spiral. And we're just going to completely do it. So this is our first time watching it. Yep. For the first few, this is going to be Colby's like kind of second or third, whatever. And then at a certain point, about halfway through, it's going to be just all, we have no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5.
Oh, it's 5?
I haven't seen.
Well,
I've seen up
gotta
to,
restart, gotta re-record it.
Like you said, I've seen up to 4. I'm pretty sure 5 will be the first one I haven't
5 will be
seen.
the first one you haven't seen?
Pretty sure.
All right. So, Saw number 1. Who wants to go first?
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Saw 1 was solid. Saw 1 was really, really good. I quite enjoyed it. I thought having, you know, with knowing behind the scenes of how this movie was made, and just the fact of just everything, the low budget to the time constraints, the having literally John Kramer on the floor for 2 whole fucking days in blood. You know,
that's awesome.
It's so great. The set design's really good. Is the acting the best? No, and I don't think
it's not the worst.
I don't think Saw is known for its acting. No. Okay, it's known for its cinematography, its fun editing, and its traps. Right, the gore
porn.
porn.
A good story and its
Yeah,
twists and stuff.
that's the kind of whole thing, you know. And I thought Saw 1 did a very good job of setting us up with this world, what it really is like. And I really just like the idea of the budget was cheap. They needed to use the set they had, and it's expanded upon in the second one a little bit more of the lore. But I think the first one really just sets a good tone. It gets right to the story. It's very enjoyable. The twist is really good, and I think it's probably going to end up being my favorite as we go along. So I don't know if I'd give it something out of 10, but I guess if I did, it's leaning more towards like an 8 or 9.
You said for Saw 1?
Yeah, for Saw 1, it's like an 8 to 9 range is like super fucking good.
Yeah, I think Saw 1 is very solid for the same reason. I think it's cool that, like, you know, a lot of the future Saw movies, like we saw, like we've already seen the second one, really expanded the room and the scale of the traps that they're in. But like this first one is just that one room. You know, it's just the 2 people in that one room. Obviously, there's some side areas and stuff, but the majority of that movie is just in that one room with the 2 people. Obviously, a Jigsaw in the middle of the floor. But,
yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, basically it's just them 2 in that one room trying to figure out what's going on. It's just it's kind of like just that sort of space constraint. It's just classic Saw. It's cool. The like awesome twist at the end. It's just a solid movie. I don't have really much to complain about it.
I don't have much to complain about.
Do you have anything you give it out of 10?
Shoot,
I know. We've been kind of shooting around the 10s.
I feel like
lately, so why not?
I feel like at the very end, once I've seen all of them, I just need to rank them.
Sure,
we'll do a tier list.
We'll
probably do a tier list.
Yeah,
but I'm saying I don't know if I want to rank it yet because I want to rewatch all of them and just comparatively.
That's fair.
Give my ranking.
For me, I gave an 8 or 9 just because I think the movie quality was.
And
like,
I agree with
enjoy
you.
it.
I agree with you
for
being. I mean, older. I guess I was like 2000. So I mean, in terms of movie world, that's not that old. But you know,
and it's like I give it an 8 or 9, but that doesn't really compare to something like a Nightcrawler, an Interstellar, an Inception. Yeah. Like I'm talking just like it's an 8 or 9. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that if I give Inception an 8 that this is better. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that's the grade I would give it.
Good movie.
Just because I know if this video does end up blowing up, people are gonna be like, "Ah, you fucking asshole! What about the other movies?"
And I like how it sets up some characters that come back in the future. I won't. Yeah. Amanda, I think we've seen that one.
Yeah, we've seen Amanda before. This is better than Spider-Man: Homecoming and Far From Home.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sorry, that was the last time we had a controversial opinion. But Spencer, speaking of controversial opinions, what is your opinion on Saw 1?
I thought it was really good. I came in completely blind. I didn't know anything about it, and so like the twist at the end completely had me off guard.
I know, and I knew you hadn't seen it and didn't know the twist. I was just like the whole time we were watching that movie, I was like, oh, just wait, Spencer.
And you said it was 2000,
give or take.
I don't remember.
So
exactly. Keep talking, I'll figure out what year it was.
It's 20 years old. It holds up, I think, in terms of like the way it looks, like the effects. I think it
2004.
2004.
2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Yeah.
It's almost 20 years old, and I think it looks amazing. I like the amount of green light that's in it. It gives it like a scary, eerie kind of feel, I think.
And kind of gross too,
Yeah.
you know, and that's kind of the point of the movies as well.
Right.
Yeah, it
You know,
looks
it's just very
disgusting.
dirty and grimy. And
I love the highlight of the rust in that bathroom. I thought that to me that was something I was like.
I
this
feel
is
like the set design for that would be
Really
fun.
good.
Just really
Yeah.
okay. Let's make this as dirty and gross as possible.
How weathered can we make a bathroom?
Yeah.
You know? That was really
They actually
good.
had a janitor like poop in the toilet and just leave it
Yeah,
there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do we have any other thoughts on Saw 1?
I think I said.
So Saw 1 is a solid thumbs
Solid.
up. 8 or 9 for me on the list, but solid at least thumbs up. It's a good Saw
thumbs
movie.
up.
It's a good Saw movie. So moving into Saw 2. Let's start with Spencer this time.
Which we
since he
just
went last.
watched, like,
so we
a few minutes ago.
we don't even know each other's thoughts on it really. We just hurtled on in here to get this one going. So Spencer, what did you think of Saw 2?
I thought it was good. I don't know if I liked it more than the first one. The cutting back and forth was, I thought it worked, and the whole twist at the end with all that happening in the past, and then Daniel being stuck in a safe.
No, I think
That was crazy.
Excuse me. I think. I don't know, the twist in Saw 1 is classic, but this twist is more elaborate, and I think it's very well done. Like, it's all just a recording of what happened, and he's been in this safe this entire time. Because, you know, and even, I honestly, it kind of slipped my mind at first that that's what happened. You know, so at first when Jigsaw was talking, like, I can guarantee that he's safe if you just sit here and listen to me, you know. And it started coming back to me. I was like, oh yeah, he's there, you know, and
It makes
I
so
don't
much
know.
sense.
And, like, I like Saw 1 and Saw 2 a lot for different reasons.
Yeah.
You know, like Saw 1's very simple. It's very core Saw stuff. And then Saw 2 really builds on the characters and the story and the things that are going to come in the future and stuff. And I really appreciate the way it sets up things, too, with Amanda.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just her character development.
Yeah, I think what the Saw 2 does better than the first is its character stories, like its writing is like I really, really enjoyed like getting to see Jigsaw, seeing his whole thing.
Oh yeah, even Jigsaw too. We barely even got to know him in the first one.
We really got to learn more about John Kramer. And I actually already knew the twist just because of you know, I'm on pop culture stuff all the time. Like I knew the twist of Safe and Sound. So when it came up, I was like, okay, if I didn't know that would have been so fucking funny. Like that is a line you would say nowadays, and it would be taken as like, oh, that's really. It's kind of like that snarky kind of look in the camera kind of thing. But like thinking about, you know, this is like early 2000s still, like that is so fucking funny. That is so funny. It is really good. I think also what this film does better is it really just lets the characters breathe. You know, much like the first one, it's very solitary. It's very one set, which was a compliment of that film.
Which is bigger than the first one, but it's still one building.
Yeah,
it's very
we've now
constrictive.
expanded from the bathroom to now the entire house. Sorry.
And it's the same house.
It's the same house.
Which is cool. That's another twist
I like
thing
that.
at the end.
It's literally building on top of the first song. I think that did the connections were very smooth. The character writing and how they connect to each other, very good. The twist, really good. Where I think it falls flat is like, to me, I didn't really give a shit about any of the traps in this one. I really didn't. The only one that really got me was the needles.
The needle pit.
The needle pit with Amanda, like, and that just made me start rooting for Amanda and Jigsaw more. So I'm not sure if that's what you wanted me to do, but I started rooting for the bad guys because fuck it. Why
I kind of
not?
like the furnace one.
The first one's not bad. The one that I don't know if we can all agree on this, but the worst one was this one. Because I'm sorry, look, man, I know this is a movie, but if I had my motherfucking hand up in this glass shit and it's already, why in the fuck would I ever do that instead of just doing this and like pushing the glass up and going down?
And my one
like,
thing
I'm
about
sorry.
that trap is like, you know, when they were all there in the needle pit room helping each other, if they had gone to that room first and were all there helping each other, one of them could have just like opened them up into the shit. Could have just gotten out easy.
That
you
one
know?
was stupid.
Yeah.
And that
But I wouldn't call it stupid. That's just the most simple kind of
I didn't like it.
one.
There were just some things that really just didn't hit the mark. But I feel like if you're watching this casually or drunk or high or whatever, you're just going to be like, this is awesome, bro. This is awesome.
The Venus flytrap thing at the very beginning was kind of cool.
Yeah, that
was like an
cool.
expansion of the first jar.
Yeah. Like I said, there's some positives and negatives to the film. I'm with Spencer. I don't know if I liked it more. I think I'd maybe give it a 7.
I don't know. In some ways, I do kind of like the second one more.
Yeah.
For different reasons.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I'd rank them. I gotta watch them all and then just really lay out everything.
And my opinions could change too as we go along. I'm just kind of going off.
Because I think the second one sets up a lot more story that the other ones continue to build on. So I feel like as we keep watching, I'll appreciate some of the setups in 2 that lead to 3 and 4 and whatever, you know.
Spencer, you got any last thoughts on Saw 2?
No. I want to make brownies.
Well, yeah, we are gonna make brownies.
And we're watching 3.
Also,
And
just
4.
Well, I hope we fucking watch 4, but he's got to be somewhere early tomorrow. But we'll convince him to watch 4, maybe. Also, just want to say as we're going along, you guys know I tend not to really edit these because I don't see it. No. The thing is, go watch a lot of my video essays. Go watch a lot of these. There are a lot of cuts and a lot of edits. But the thing for me is like these discussions are just so much better when there's that air in between it. And I know he'll probably disagree, but I actually do prefer not editing these as much because it's just so much fun. But a little break, a little intermission. For you, it's going to be like that because I will have to edit, bitch. But we're going to go get some brownies and watch Saw 3. We'll be back for our Saw 3 review and reactions. And maybe we'll peer pressure Colby into staying for 4. We'll see you guys then. Alrighty, we are back with Saw 3. We're going to go ahead and start off with Colby. What were your thoughts on this one?
Dude, that movie's legit. There's just like, each movie just gets more and more like story and development and stuff. And that's what I liked about Saw 2 was like they get more into the character development, the characters and stuff. And so Saw 3 just gets so much more of that, like just characters and like just building and just like layers of just like, you know, this was my plan, this was my plan, this was my plan. And I just think that's cool. It's just in that whole ending sequence too, with just like everyone just being tested and even Amanda at the end and stuff is like, and I honestly, it's been a while since I've seen that movie and I kind of forgot about how much depth there was there. But yeah, solid movie, good stuff.
Yeah, wow. Little did I know I was going to be eating my words in the same night, but this is the best one. This is easily the best one so far. I mean, it goes 3-1-2 for me right now. If I gave the first one an 8 or 9, this is easy a 9 or 9.5. Like, this is a fucking good movie. This is like a good Saw movie. If this was a trilogy, you'd have 2 bangers and 1 pretty damn good movie. I mean, that's a great trilogy right there. And it really did feel like a trilogy end there at the end with John and Amanda's death. But as we know, we've got fucking a million more of these to go through. But this one felt really good because I think this is where they finally got a good mix of gore to story to like their fun, wacky editing, cinematography thing. Like they really like this was a very well-rounded character story. It was a bit more focused this time around. Everything really did make sense. At least from a first-time viewing sense for me, it was like, okay, not really much went out of context or not much like, there's not much disbelief I have to go through. It's like, no, this really lined up quite well.
And even with the callbacks to the other movies and stuff, you can still follow along and understand, which I sometimes with like multiple sequels and stuff when they try to make references, like other film series, when they try to make references to previous movies, sometimes it's like, okay, what happened again, you know?
Right.
But I feel like they do a good job of recapping and sort of, you know.
No, I agree too. It feels like they actually gave a shit about consistency and canon.
Because they referenced 1 and 2 a bunch in that one.
I think for my final thoughts before we go to Spencer is that like I think this is going to be the one that rewards fans most by rewatching it, with just how much there is. That's just my opinion. So, what do you think?
I do like how it used parts of the first 2 movies to relate back to like a bigger plot point. You know, testing Amanda in like one final way, because she was there for we didn't know this, that she was there for the first part, and just
because she was like one of the very first ones tested.
Yeah,
as far as I know.
Yeah, and just like seeing how all of that like builds up to a head, it really like is a solid rising action, climax resolution kind of thing.
No.
And I think it just made for a really, really compelling story in this one.
Which was really funny because in like the first 10 minutes, Spencer turns to me and he goes, "There's just no substance.
Yeah.
It's just gore porn."
The first like
Well, okay, because we got
minutes.
2 like killings
Yeah.
back to back, like in the very beginning.
Because they were
I'm
showing
like,
the brutality of Amanda's
Yeah.
traps.
I'm like, come on.
And then
And-
we arguably got the best substance of a soft movie yet. So.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, I like how this movie challenged, like, okay, is this even effective? You know, with Amanda not really learning much in the end, and main protagonist guy in this
Jeff.
movie, Jeff, yeah, you know, how he didn't learn his lesson and ended up killing his wife, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Dude, he killed so many people. He killed
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6 people.
yeah.
Because he killed Amanda. He killed John. He killed his wife. He killed that guy.
killed everybody,
He killed the
the
other
ice
guy.
girl.
He killed the ice girl.
And he essentially killed his own daughter too.
He essentially killed his own daughter.
Essentially.
From what we know, because Jeff is still alive by the end of the movie, so we don't know if he's going to be back for 4. I hope he's back for 4. That'd be sick.
That'd be dope.
Jeff has been my favorite so far, and I still don't think he deserved to be in the traps. If Jigsaw would have just sent a therapist to his house, that would have done the job.
I think
that would have fixed
there was
it.
better methods to
There's way better methods to this
cure
one.
what he was going through, but I see the motive. I see he just wanted vengeance all the time and just.
Yeah, and Jigsaw does prove that point with how brutal he
And even
gets.
in the end, we see that.
Yeah.
that he just wants to kill him and just get revenge.
But it's just like
It's like I don't think I would have killed him.
Like, I definitely would not have gone as far. You'd hope, because none of this has happened to us, but you'd hope you wouldn't go that far. But it's like, Jigsaw, you really are making this kid an orphan at this point.
Yeah.
That daughter, you are fucking really, dude. Like, that's not cool.
Well, straight up killing her actually.
You-
If you really think about it.
She doesn't have that much hair, Jeff. So, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, I don't know. Like, I think this is the one where, like I've said, and I think it's pretty much across the board, is that this is a better Saw movie. It's just like, this is the one where I'm like, really? Really, Jigsaw? This is who you chose? This is who you chose? Like, this is who you chose to do these things with. I don't know, man. It was just weird. I have a thing when it comes to this kind of storyline where I'm like, nah. But I like this movie a lot. It was really good. Do you guys have any final thoughts on this one?
No, it's
Just solid.
it was
This is another. We've gotten 3 thumbs up in a row
Yep.
for the Saw movies, but I definitely say this one deserves 2 compared to the other one. So this is a good one. This is a bad one. This is a pretty dang good one. And we're doing a rating system now. Almost halfway through the movie. So this is a 2 for me.
Yeah.
This is a 2 thumber upper for me. So the first one was first one, and then this was the second one. This was a third one, my guy. So that was a pretty solid. Oh, that was a pretty solid thing. So we're gonna go ahead and end it for the night. We'll be back next week. We've got Saw 4 and 5, possibly 6. Then we really don't have that much more. Probably a week or 2 after that. Because remember, we gotta watch Spiral. We cannot forget to watch Spiral because, holy shit, dude, I forgot it came out, and so I've been reminding myself of it. But yeah, we'll catch you guys then. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in a week. All right, so we're on Saw 4. It is quite late at night. We weren't even prepared. We kind of forgot we had to record. So quick thoughts. You know, the movie was pretty good. This is now Strom, Hoffman, the rest of the gang. It splits between Saw 3 and Saw 4. And in the timeline, we follow Officer Rigg and his brash nature to run in and solve everything as fast as possible, and then he ends up making mistakes. That's the main kind of thing here. And we also transition from Jigsaw to Amanda to now Hoffman going into the 5th film. So what did we think about this one, guys?
I think it's cool. Just, you know, classic Saw fashion. We know, or we're given all the pieces from the beginning. It's just whether you interpret it the right way or not.
Yeah, right.
You know, his message was don't rush in, and you know, I mean, basically, you know, you can't save everyone. You know, you want to do everything in your own time, your way, but ended up killing him. And I don't know. I like the execution of this movie. Like I think I think you mentioned briefly. I think I do. I don't know. I think I do. I might prefer 3 still over this one, and I think that's what you guys have said. But
Yeah.
but I think it's cool that it takes place at the same time. Like the ending is neat.
Yeah, that being the twist was pretty good.
Because we were totally set up to believe that this takes place after he died.
Right.
But we...
And honestly, and like,
false.
I had seen this movie before, but I totally forgot that. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot the reveal of this one. So
right.
I was like, whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, the way the circum of events happen, I feel like the pacing was pretty good. The transitions were good. Cinematography was a little boring in this one. I don't know about you guys, but it just didn't feel that great. It didn't look that great.
Some of the blood effects were a little cheesy in this movie, which is weird because they weren't in the other ones. I mean, I can kind of overlook that because it wasn't that bad, but there was a couple like blood splatters. I just was like, oh, that's a little cheesy looking. But
in Saw 3, some of the blood effects made me uneasy. Like ugh. But I didn't really have it that
autopsy at the beginning was pretty detailed.
That looked pretty good.
It looked pretty good. And that's where a lot of that budget went.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beginning and the end of the movie. Right. So, I mean, and we got to see some pee-pee. And
We did. We got to see Jigsaw's pee-pee, so... yeah, it just felt like the visual department went down in this one, but then again, the transitions were really good. I still think the acting for the most part was solid. The twist was really good, and the scenes that needed to be pulled off with the saw traps were good. For me, I'd say my only real complaint is that it took us quite a while to really get into the story. It took us quite a while. It took like 20 minutes.
The third act
was very short, straight to the point, done. And there was a lot of boom, 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 done. Which, once again, going into Saw 5, that could make a lot of sense now knowing that, I mean, we even got some more Saw 3 stuff in this film. So there's obviously going to be more Saw 4 stuff in 5.
And, I mean, Hoffman locked, what's-his-face? Strom in the thing.
Yep.
In that room. I mean, we can see what's going to happen with him, what's going to happen, you know.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Do we have any other thoughts on that one?
Still solid.
Still solid. I think this one may be the second or third best for me. I feel like Saw 1 is still either my second or third favorite, but Saw 3 is still the king right now.
I like this one more than Saw 1.
You like this one more than Saw 1? I might wait a day.
I'm not gonna rank them yet. It's hard for me to rank Saw 1 because that's like a classic.
That one was really good.
I'm gonna try and make my own little list after we're done watching all of them.
Right. I imagine we'll do a tier list video at some point.
We'll do a tier list ranking of Saw movies.
Yeah.
So far, all of them have been pretty solid.
So far, all of them have been good. I think I hate 2 the most. I think 2 really made me. Least? No, I just kind of hate 2.
Really? I like 2 more.
I like the needle. I like the needle moment. That's about it. At least from what I remember. I don't know. Maybe 2 weeks ago, Buddy was like, "Oh, that was good." I don't fucking know. Yeah. All right. Watch the 1,000 subscriber special. I haven't seen it because that's when we're recording this. It's the JoJo remake. Go watch that. Okay, see you at Saw 5. Alrighty, we are back with Saw number 5, and we're actually going to try to get through number 7 on this evening that we are watching it. So if you see the next 3 reviews in the same clothes,
yeah.
I said 5 through 7.
You said we're gonna try and watch 7, like implying that we're not gonna do 6.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip 6 with the fucking ending of this movie. No, but we just finished 5. We're gonna try to get through 6, 7, and then try to get through the rest. We are gonna go up the spiral. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the intro, but let's go ahead. Let's start off on this side, going this way on our thoughts on this movie. Saw 5.
I liked it. I mean, obviously there was a couple like little cheesy moments, like the title card was a little cheesy. Some of the blood, it was better than 4 had a few really cheesy blood moments, but it was better. 5 was better in that aspect, but I thought story wise 5 was pretty solid, honestly. I mean, I'm gonna confuse all the names. That's just gonna happen. Yeah. I know Hoffman being the new guy, the new Jigsaw, I guess, and kind of seeing him understand, how Jigsaw's mind works and sort of gets, go from just being a killer to Jigsaw, I guess. Yeah. And just that framing at the end, the whole setup, is just nuts. I thought it was cool. But the one question this movie left me asking was like, he set, what was his name? Who'd he set up?
He set up Strom.
He set Detective Strom up, but then he goes and kills him. Like, so what do you think, like, why do you think he killed him? What do you think that motive was there?
The excuse is that if Erickson, the new lead on the case, if he would have gotten the Strom first, they would have known it was Hoffman, and then it would have been like all over for Hoffman.
Yeah.
But now it looks as if Strom put Hoffman in a trap and it backfired. And so now it's like a clear-cut Hoffman's the winner twice now.
Yeah.
And proves himself again.
Because he's in the trap.
Yes, he's in the trap. And then you could just frame it as Jigsaw fucked up. Because he's not really Jigsaw.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he has to close that because Strom is such a good agent, he would convince everyone otherwise because of his evidence.
Yeah.
But with how perfectly planned it was and the way it went, he can't survive.
Yeah.
That's the way I got it. Spencer?
Yeah, that's exactly what I got out of it, too. Like Colby said, there was a couple cheesy blood parts.
But not... excuse me. But that wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. There's a couple moments where you're just like, it's a little cheesy looking, but it really wasn't that. Like, I can look past that because I thought the story was good. I like the traps. I thought the like they could have all made it out of that one. I thought that concept was interesting.
It annoys me that people... I feel like with the amount of Saw we've watched lately, I think we'd be okay.
We'd be fine. We'd be fine. We wouldn't be stupid. We'd work together.
Yeah.
I'm very confident.
You say that until you're in a life or death situation and you don't know the people.
All I'm going to say is you need 10 pints of blood, 3 boys peeing in a bottle. We going to be fine. But 5 people peeing in a bottle. 5 people peeing in a bottle, you win. You're fine.
Well, the girls can't really projectile pee.
I don't care.
If the guys hold them up,
I don't care. Yeah, it can work, Colby.
Yeah, we can make it work.
The pee. Leave down in the comments if you think pee can solve the final trap in Saw 5. Can 5 people pee enough to make it work? All right, Spencer, tell your thoughts over the movie because we talked about little parts, but what do you think?
Yeah, there was some like cheesy parts, but like some of the prosthetics, like you mentioned, like when the dude's hand was cut in half. Man, that looked so good. That looked really good.
And him getting crushed at the end too.
Yeah, that looked really good too. It was a little disgusting.
Definitely where the budget went.
It was really cool. I loved the scene of Hoffman just getting the blood poured on him. Like he just looks evil right there, and it was cool, just grinning with his blood just over his face. It was awesome with him in that tank.
The only thing that pisses me off is that's like, if you just follow the rules, you'd be fine. And it's like, why do people not want to follow the rules?
Well, these people got put in the traps in the first place for being, stinky people. So
one of the stories, just don't be a stinky person.
Just
don't be stinky.
Don't be a stinker.
Just take a bath.
But yeah, I thought it was great.
Good.
And I like how, like, we always talk about the transitions, how smooth they are. The one take transitions.
That. Oh yeah.
And every Saw movie goes back to the previous movies and like further.
The scene with the barbed wire trap. That's where that real smooth transition was with them sitting peeking through that peek hole. And
yeah, so there's, to set, in case anybody's unfamiliar, when they go back to the trap with the fat guy and he gets hit with the barbed wire, there's a transition where Strom is putting on a lamp and then it just scoots over frame and John's right there and Hoffman walks in and then Strom walks off frame and it just continues the shot. It's literally a seamless transition.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
That's the best transition we've had because it's literally all in camera. And if I ever find out that it wasn't, I might shit myself because I'm giving the movie so much credit. We all gave it that much credit.
It's good editing if it wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. My thoughts on the movie. This is the most fan servicey of all the Saws. I mean, literally going back to the old traps, like, hey guys, look at our highlights, or like this and that, whatever. It was very fan servicey, and honestly, they did it pretty well. I've seen some things go fan servicey and it not really work at all. I have a lot of issues with certain other franchises that are very popular with like fan service. Star Wars. That doesn't work. That does not work. But this actually did a really good job because it makes sure the audience is on the edge of their seat. This is the first Saw movie I was like, because like of how the protagonist, how well written the protagonist is, and how smart he is, and not stupid, and how all the plots inevitably connect together was so good. I will say the B plot with the rest of the B team Saw Trap I didn't like as much until we got about halfway through, and then it started really picking up. I feel like some of the color correcting, and now I'm getting like into filmmaking stuff, not just the Saw franchise, but some of the color correcting would change in between shots, and it really threw me off because they weren't even transitions.
You did
like,
comment on that.
I was like, this looks cheap as fuck because the color grading is inconsistent. Now, you go watch the same video that we're watching right now, the colors are going to be inconsistent. So is that a hypocritical thing? Yes, but I'm still going to complain about it.
It's different.
This is a fucking webcam.
Movie.
This is a webcam.
Yeah, it's not a professional movie.
It literally, this is a fucking plastic. This isn't even a glass lens. It's fucking plastic. But anyway, I'm just saying the movie was a little inconsistent with that. I feel like the score is just the exact same music every single time, and I get they have their motif, they have the Saw theme, but 5 movies in, can you give me a little something else?
The theme's the same, but the songs are different.
It feels the same.
Yeah.
It feels the same. It feels like we by this point in the franchise we could do something a little different. But I do like the twist. I like Hoffman a lot. I like our protagonist. I like how everything's kind of melding in together, like these guys say here. Overall, the movie is great. I put it at 5 and 3 are, we got to do a tier list at the end of this.
I think we've said that at the end of every single one of these movie review, like for each of the Saw movies we've done.
We have to do one.
It's hard. We do a week, but we don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what I said during my Saw 1 review.
I don't remember what I said in my Saw 1 review. I don't remember, but this movie was really fucking solid. Couple nitpicks, solid 5. But that logo, with like Colby said, looked like awful garbage. Spencer fucking thought that yellow door in the beginning and that got later brought up was CGI. That's how bad the shot was.
Yeah, it did not look good
because it just didn't dude. It was a practical door, but it looked like shit. It was like how do you make a door look like shit?
Look like that?
I mean that's a little nitpick.
No, straight up, that is just nitpicking at that point. But I mean,
ruined the movie for me. 0 out of 10. I'm just kidding.
0 out of 10.
I'm just kidding. I love the movie.
Saw 5 was great. We'll be back for 6 and 7 hopefully. So, guys, since we're leaving off going into 6, does Hoffman die? Because Amanda's dead, yeah. Whatever the fuck, Jigsaw's dead. Is Hoffman gonna make it out of this next movie? And there's gonna be another one, or is Hoffman our guy?
I figure they let Hoffman breathe for a little, at least a movie. I don't know, maybe not, but I think Hoffman could be the Jigsaw guy for a movie or 2.
I'm going to say that Hoffman dies in 6. I don't know that, but I'm gonna fucking go for it because look how cool I'll look if I'm right. So I think he's gonna die.
I have no opinions yet. I have no idea. I'm
gonna say he at least lives through the next movie.
So you think he might die in 7?
Sure.
Or he would be more likely to die in 7 than 6.
Yeah,
do you want me to take the only not taking response? Dies off camera.
You son of a bitch. That would
he's already dead by the time the next movie starts.
The blood just leaked into the coffin and he drowned.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep. All right.
That's my opinion.
This may be the longest one.
It probably is. Yeah.
All right. See you guys in Saw 6. Alrighty, we are back with Saw number 7. So last time we started off with him. So let's go ahead and Spencer start us off. We just finished Saw 6.
No.
Saw 6 is what we watched.
I thought we just watched 7.
No, we're about to watch 7. We watched 6.
Okay.
What did you think of 6?
6 was great, but is it as good as 3 and 5? No. I don't think so.
Why?
Hold on, we just finished. I need to dissect it first. There was, I don't know how to explain. I just didn't like it as much.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Is it the protagonist that wasn't good enough from Strom?
Oh, Strom was much better. I like Strom more. But,
What about Jeff? How does Jeff compare to this guy who's Will?
Well, hold on. I'm still thinking, man. You put me on the spot. What?
Yeah, this is funny.
This guy I liked because he actually tried to save people. Where we've had protagonists in the past, remember, you talked about Jeff, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't.
Jeff didn't give a fuck.
No, he didn't. And so I did like this protagonist, but he did deserve to be there. He was kind of a meanie face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't sympathize with him as much as I did with Jeff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm tired.
No, it's fair enough. I'm gonna go second, Colby. You gotta go third on this one. So for me, I enjoy the play on words with Will being his name, and then what is John's whole point that he's trying to prove? The will to survive. I was like, you goofball. But then also, anyone who's a Batwoman fan or viewer of mine, that is fucking Black Mask. That dude played Black Mask in Batwoman and was pretty solid, right? So it's kind of interesting to see.
Sorry.
It was kind of interesting to see him here, so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Saw 6, man. What a fucking banger. Dude, I don't know, man.
It was good.
3, like, dude, 5 and 6 back to back is like banger. 3's great, but 5 and 6 are just bangers on bangers. It was really good. I complained in Saw 5 about the score being a little bit reused all the time. This added some new stuff in it. I liked it. The music was great.
They kept the theme.
Yeah,
when it
yep,
needed
the theme.
To be there.
Yeah,
Like, there was some good news feeling stuff.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the best paced movie yet. It was seamless, scene to scene.
I felt good watching that movie. Like there wasn't any points where I was like confused about what was going on. And like I tell them I don't know. It's just I don't know if I'm just getting it now or something, but it felt really easy to follow along with and understand. Because like sometimes with like some of these later Saw movies, I've had to like think like, okay, this is this person. You have to, and they've done this in these past movies, and like, you know, just really piece everything together. But I feel like this movie just did a good job of just being concise and understandable while still telling a really good story. And yeah, that's kind of why I liked 6.
Yeah,
we don't have much setup. We just have Jill in this one.
Dude, I think 5 and 6 are my favorites right now.
Yeah.
3 might be 3 on my list right now because I love 3.
I don't like how everyone's dead except Jill.
Hoffman is still alive. Hoffman lived.
Yeah,
which I was not expecting.
But what's he gonna do? Kill Jill?
I don't know, but there could be more.
There could be like 2 separate Jigsaws now doing their own things with different motives, and they're going against each other. But who knows?
I just I think 6 was way more impressive than I thought it would be.
Yeah, we were
6 movies in.
I was honestly expecting like the first 3 to be like their trilogy and be solid, and then just kind of just from there. But I mean,
it's surprisingly good.
Yeah,
the traps were good. The visuals looked good. It didn't look cheap. It looked like it was
the hydrochloric acid.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Having Roderick.
And the traps in this movie, like in 5 and 6, the traps feel much more unique and like.
Cool. So, are we saying we like Hoffman more than Jigsaw? Because those are his traps, right?
I think they're still technically Jigsaw traps.
No, I don't think so. Those are Hoffman traps.
I liked the flesh, like the weights. Like that was an interesting concept.
Yeah. Oh, I like that one.
Well, I guess it was half and half because it was still.
It was Jigsaw's vision or his last will or whatever.
It was Jigsaw's voice on the tapes.
True.
The only one that was Hoffman was the one that. The murder of his sisters, his sisters.
No, the fat was too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was because he was like, "Didn't you learn?" Because it was him. It was Hoffman's trap. No. I like that scene a lot at the tech place where it was like you're feeling what was it?
Yeah.
Threatened or afraid, feeling
or something.
And it just kept saying it, and then it eventually turned into they should be that, and because he just.
Hey, it was Jigsaw trap.
Because he was showing his face. It wasn't talking.
Not for the
No. I'm not talking about that. I agree with you on that. I'm talking about the opener.
Yeah.
Where he goes up.
The opener one was Hoffman.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're talking about the whole substance.
No. I was wrong. Yeah, but pretty good. Are we just not also gonna ever mention that like Will killed that security guard? He was like, "Hey, don't move!" Shot him.
Oh yeah.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
He'll be okay.
He's fine.
Well, he's dead anyways.
He's dead. Will's dead. Will's dead.
Roderick killed him.
What was the last thing we saw? Was the jaw flap?
It was Hoffman getting the trap off.
It was
genius sticking in the metal door.
Dude, I hope he's alive and he has a 6 scar.
I think he's just gonna not have a jaw. Or
he doesn't have to be called Jigsaw anymore. It could be Jigscar.
Jigscar. You wanna know how I got these scars?
You wanna know how I got this scar? I played Jigsaw. You guys have any last minute thoughts on Saw 6?
No. Good movie.
All right. I don't know about you guys,
not
but I'm fucking hyped for 7 though. I'm kind of hyped for 7. Can this trilogy be good?
Saw
5, 6, 7.
3D, right?
Is that the one?
Is 7 3D?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Right there. What the dog doing?
All right. See you in 7. Alrighty, we are back with the last Saw movie for tonight. We are here with Saw 7 at 2:13 in the morning for anyone who wants to keep track of continuity here. We're going to go ahead and start off with Colby and his thoughts back on this movie because we watched 3 tonight. So Colby, take it away.
Well, it was kind of bad, a little bit. And you know, I honestly, I knew that generally this movie wasn't received very well, especially compared to the other ones, but it was better than I was expecting, because I was kind of expecting it to be bad out the gate, just kind of what I'd read online and seen people talk about, but it was really just the effects and colors and acting and stuff that really just fell flat. But I mean, the story and like the ending was still solid. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought a lot of the storytelling was still pretty good. I mean, yeah, just generally it was just alright. The blood was kind of the worst part of it. The blood was so watery and like pink in some areas and like, but again, it's watchable. I had fun watching it. I wasn't like miserable sitting there trying to watch it.
I've never laughed harder at another Saw movie.
yeah. Safe house.
It's a safe house. Safe house. Such a terrible line. Terrible line.
He knows our location. Like the immediate line afterwards. That was kind of funny. Yeah, the line delivery wasn't the best on some of those lines, but yeah, and I think I would put it at the bottom of my tier list right now so far, but it was still, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it wasn't like painful experience. It's
If we're talking in enjoyment level, I enjoyed this more than Saw 2, but it's not better than Saw 2.
No.
Like, Saw 2 is a better film, but I fucking enjoyed my time with
ending was
beautiful. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Dr. Gordon.
Gordon, whatever.
Thank God. Spencer's been asking every single movie, when's the doctor from the first movie?
Yeah, because you told me when we watched Saw 1, he's important.
I knew he existed in the franchise still. I didn't really know how, but...
it took 7 movies to get him back.
Yeah, one of the complaints I've had, so like, through these reviews is I feel like at some points I'm like, this movie either looks cheap or this movie looks great, and we're right back to just complimenting the franchise. I think set like 6 was a really high for a lot of the storytelling stuff, but this was so bad. It's hard to watch. All right, we joke about this green lighting that is so iconic with the Saw franchise. It's fucking ridiculous.
Looks like I'm watching an olive.
Yeah, no, it's really, really bad. It is like those old 3D glasses you'd get that are red and blue on one side. It's literally watching with green lenses.
3D,
it is Saw 3D.
This was in 3D moments were cheesy and terrible.
It was real bad.
They were like the same. They were like copy and pasted.
Yeah,
like the 3D at the very
the
beginning.
FX, yeah,
it was like straight up they used again.
But then again, like I said, if you take just the pure story, like ignore the visuals and like delivery,
get rid of every single part of filmmaking and look at the piece of paper writing.
But listen,
it's good.
The plot, like I mean, if a plot of a movie sucks, the movie sucks, and the plot wasn't that bad.
If the writing is good but everything else fucking sucks, it's a good ass book.
Yeah,
I'm giving it credit where it's good. Okay, we've pointed out.
Dude, I'm trying too.
Saw 3D the book.
I liked the story. I liked that we got Dr. Gordon back.
It's
a nice little ending.
I loved seeing Jigsaw on a fucking baseball cap.
The backwards baseball cap.
When he swung through the window, he was like, "Hello, Bobby." That was so stupid.
So good.
I thought from the very beginning, I thought this was going to be a very different movie with the public, like with the public execution. I was
that
was an interesting. I forgot about that.
Yeah. That's how our movie started.
The motive for that one was kind of flaky, which I don't know if Jigsaw would kill. Like, oh, you had weird cheating relationship drama, you know?
Who's the alpha male?
Yeah,
but the public idea was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
that was very different.
Definitely different.
Then Bobby like dropping the. Like his boobs falling off.
Well, there was actually a really cool line I really enjoyed. It was I don't remember the exact line, but Jigsaw says what you believe to be true, because remember, he's very calculated about how things work, so he probably would have known. He definitely knew that was not going to work no matter what. But remember, it was how the guy wrote it.
Yeah.
So he was like how you perceived it to be.
About the pectoral muscles.
They should be able to. He's like, you should be able to do it because you said it. And then
I think he could have made it support him. You know, if he, I don't know, went deeper.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I bet he could have made it support him.
But I just like that part of Jigsaw who's like, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. A lot more victims in this one.
Yeah, I would like to see a couple more people survive.
Not that many transitions as much as I remember. None of them really were iconic.
Cool transitions, really.
Jill's fucking dead. She died twice in the movie. One in a dream.
God, we got 2 game overs in this one.
Yeah, 2 game overs was cool.
Like 5 minutes.
Actually, technically 3 if you count the flashback we got at the beginning of the movie, because they said game over and then game over, game over.
Yeah.
But yeah,
proper game overs at the end.
Yes, pretty good. It really did feel like an ending because we kind of wrapped things up where we started, and then we have 2 more.
And we figure out that Gordon has been involved
since the
very
beginning.
That's neat, and I mean, it makes sense. All the
Makes
weird
sense.
little surgical things, like the keys placed in people,
And the choice for the brain surgeon.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I liked tying the doctor back into it. And overall, like I said, I enjoyed it. It wasn't as good as the other ones, but I had fun watching it.
It is like, I think the term guilty pleasure is ridiculous because it's like you enjoy what you enjoy, but like this is literally the worst one on almost every level. But my God, the entertainment value in this movie is fucking spectacular. I've never stood up out of my seat and like smacked him with a pillow and laughed my ass off more than in this movie, because like they had this one shot where Gorman's the pig, but he like limps, and I saw it and I go, no fucking way. And I go, did you see him limp? And then he's like, it's me. And I'm like, that's so fucking funny,
And
dude.
like, if I'm approaching this franchise with someone who hasn't seen it, I'd be like, look, this one sucks, but like you're still gonna enjoy it, so watch it. You know, like this is the worst one, but like watch it. It's and you're gonna have a good time. It's like comically bad. You know, it's not like God, this movie sucks bad, which I mean it kind of, but it's just like what is this? What's going on? This is weird looking, but this is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I like it, kind of, actually.
This is kind of where the Saw formula really fell through. The crack shown. I don't think it was a problem with the Saw formula. I think it was a problem with the practical effects and color grading and. Well, yeah, there's a lot of technical stuff, but for me, it was like really, really easy to pick what was gonna happen. Like when he was describing, like,
I didn't see the Dr. Gordon stuff coming.
Oh, I didn't see that either. But like the whole fake storyline with the fucking.
Yeah,
that's so easy.
You predicted that his last trap was going to be straight from.
Because we see every trap.
Yeah.
So they're not showing us that as like, okay, we will see that will be his final test.
That was handed to like that was like a.
It was kind of. I think it was kind of easy to tell Jill was not going to make it.
Yep.
I like the bringing back the original. Jaw.
Yes. I was really cool. Kind of geeking out over like he passed up the new one. I was like, oh, he's going back to the old one.
Yeah.
Like,
then Hoffman is gonna
Amanda's or whatever.
Hoffman's gonna pass away the same way that Donnie Wahlberg did.
Shit.
What?
Holy shit. What? Your prediction was right. He's gonna die off screen. Holy shit. Spencer, he's gonna die off screen.
Yeah,
I totally called it.
Yeah, because the next movies are just reboot, right?
Like, I think so.
I meant that as a joke. In my defense, I thought we were talking about between Saw 6
and
Spencer, your theory. Your theories.
He didn't get killed off camera. Oh man, that's awesome.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
God damn. All right. Funny. Do we have any other thoughts on this?
Watch Saw.
What? Dude, yeah.
How many times are we going to say that? How many Saw movies are there? 9?
I think we should do a tier list at the end of this.
At the end?
Dude, I got a shit. Can we be done? See you in Jigsaw.
We're going to finish next week.
Yeah. They don't fucking know. Dude, they don't know. They don't know how long it's been. This could be years.
Man,
In
it
between
feels like
movies.
it's been years. Dang.
A week for us is a second for you.
No, a week for them is 30 minutes for us.
Shut up.
Shut up. All right, see you in Jigsaw. Alrighty, guys, we are here with the final two Saw movies, Jigsaw. I don't even know how to start. I don't even know how to start the Jigsaw review. I guess I'm going to go ahead and toot my own horn here. Now, the Jigsaw film from 2017 has a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Which I don't think is deserving
I
of
don't-
32%.
I don't think so either.
It was pretty legit.
But
It's pretty dope.
I don't know if it's my superior brain than the other two, or if it's my intellect of the Saw franchise, but I fucking figured it out. I figured it out less than like halfway through the movie.
Yep.
Who was
Yeah.
Jigsaw
You paused
and
it
the
and made your prediction.
and the twist. Now maybe that's a detriment to the screenwriting that it was so there, or if that's a good thing that all of it was there. And it's like almost like a reward for watching all of them that you know.
Mm-hmm. I think everything was nodded to, but not like in a way that's like, okay, that's 100% totally okay. Yeah, you know, it was like at no point was I like, okay, that's 100% it until the very end. You know, like all the pieces were there to say so, but like, you know, there was also other loose ends and stuff.
Right.
Like the thing that really gave it away being in the past for me was like, oh, this was a trap that was designed before all the others supposedly. Like they wouldn't write that in the script unless they had a reason to. So I mean, that's kind of what made me think, okay, this probably took place before. Like this is probably we're probably watching the past.
Yeah.
You know, but
I
didn't think it was bad writing
No.
that you figured it out. You know, I think it's just kind of. I think you just guessed it.
Dude, I was confident. I was 100% confident with the theory until Nolan was in the device, and then Spencer was like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, I think so. But yeah, so Spencer, why don't you give us a synopsis of this movie?
Okay.
What is this movie about? What happened?
Well, it's all about how people think that Jigsaw is back from the dead. But he's not. People are stuck in a barn and they're playing their game, but it turns out this game was being played 10 years in the past, but it was recreated in present day. It was super. It was very non-linear. It's hard for me to go point by point.
Sure.
It's a non-linear story, but it really, really worked for this movie. I
thought it was good.
Yeah,
I liked it. It's better than 3D.
Well,
by far.
way better than 3D. I liked it significantly more than 2.
Yeah,
I still don't get why you don't like 2 so much.
I just don't like
but-
Saw 2. I didn't fuck with it.
I think I like this one as Saw too.
I mean, honestly, I think so as well, probably. But I don't think. Whatever. We're talking about Jigsaw right now. Jigsaw, good movie. Better than what'd you say, 38 on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, 32. I think 38 was
30
Metacritic or something.
Oh yeah, it was better.
It's better than 30s.
Than that.
Yeah.
What was Saw 7? Saw 3D. What was that on?
Well,
we
let's
compare?
look right now. Yeah.
Because if it's higher than Jigsaw was, I'm gonna be mad. 10%. Is that what that just said? Okay.
10%.
Fair.
What's the audience score for Saw 8?
41 for final chapter and Saw 8.
Oh my gosh.
It's getting mad at you.
I know. I know.
We're doing research here.
Yeah.
This is important.
This is important. We need to compare what audiences think because that's what we are. 89.
89.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
fair.
I don't know if it's an 89. I'd give this like a 70, like a 7. I think it is good, little predictable.
Not totally, but I mean,
Look, okay, I barely get anything
and
right.
I think part of it is we've been watching so many Saw movies back to back. We're kind of understanding how they function, you know. So
Definitely.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're led to believe that it's one guy in this movie. I can't.
the
Logan, Nolan,
the detective guy, the arrogant detective guy.
Yeah.
You're led to believe that's him, but it's like, okay, we're supposed to think that's him, so we know it's not him.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know? So I guess in the weirdest kind of way that ruins the movie for us, because we know that there's a big twist.
We know that the recontextualization that Saw does is going to happen, so that we have to be wrong in that way of what the story's telling us.
It's never going to be the person that's put right in front of us as like, oh, it's them. You know?
Right.
It's and like you totally got this right. Totally the person you least expect. So,
dude, look, man, it feels so good. You know, I do all these theories, breakdowns, reviews about like so much shit. The fact that I was so confident so early in and it actually being right, like, guys, I'm on a high horse right now.
Let's see if you can get Spiral.
Probably not. I don't even think I've seen a
Spiral come out
this year. I don't even think I've seen a trailer for it.
I haven't seen. I know zero about Spiral.
I know
guess going into it, it's the one I know the least about.
I know 2 actors who are in it.
Who?
Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh dang!
Yeah, so
this is gonna be dope.
I don't know.
We're about to watch it here in like a minute.
So overall, this one definitely way better than a 32%.
It's better than I expected. Honestly,
yeah.
I thought like doing a reboot. I thought it was like okay, this is gonna I don't know. Reboot. I thought it was gonna be a little overdone, but no,
it was totally canonized too. You know?
Oh yeah.
I liked that too. I liked that there wasn't like total separate universe.
Yeah,
and I thought they were gonna pull one of those. Like John Kramer didn't exist in this universe, but he did, and he's in it.
This isn't like the Modern Warfare reboot. You
No,
know?
This is not the Modern Warfare 2019 of Saw movies.
This is a sequel.
Yes,
and this is just another sequel.
It's just another one.
Reboot. I consider it more of a sequel.
I wonder if Spiral's going to be the same way because it's Spiral : from the Book of Saw. So I don't know what that means. But what did I guess we can wrap things up with what did we think of the traps?
Traps were legit. Having the same chain connect to like the first 2, I thought that was cool. Being just pulled through the barn. The Spiral trap. Maybe that's a reference to Spiral.
Book of Saw. Hey, that's
nice.
Yeah. In the later couple movies, like in Saw 3D, I think there was some spiral on a door or something, or maybe that was 6. I don't remember. And then this trap looked really spiral-ish. So I don't know if that's where this next movie is going to be pulling from, or if that's I don't know. There's probably some reason for that. But
the traps were dope.
They were legit. I liked them.
All right. So Spencer, I gotta ask. You got any theories for what's going to happen in Spiral? Because like you got Hoffman's death. A movie.
You guessed that he was dying off camera.
So
you're right.
And he did die off
what's happening in Spiral? So, like you don't need to know the story, but like someone walks into this place and this is the trap and they die. What's some random ass theory you got? Because you could probably be.
Because you were right last time.
You were right last time.
Theory.
So I think that we're gonna start off with a saw trap.
Solid guess.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think we're starting off with a saw trap because every Saw movie starts off with a saw trap, even if it's not related to the movie in any way.
Where is it?
Like
where does it take place? What is it in?
Yeah, what kind of building?
What kind of building is it in? A torn down J.C. Penney's.
No, not that. I'm feeling basement.
Hooters.
I'm feeling a basement. Basement or a garage?
All right, basement or garage?
Chuck E. Cheese.
This is just Willy's Wonderland.
Oh god.
I would love to talk about Willy's Wonderland someday. All right, we're gonna go ahead and watch Spiral. See you guys then. All right, we are here with the 9th and most current, most recent Saw establishment in the Saw franchise. It's Spiral from the Book of Saw, directed by a Saw alum. Has the same writer, I believe, or one of the writers from the last film, which was the Jigsaw reboot, kind of, and had probably the best cinematography and color grading of any Saw movie, easily. Comes the Book of Saw, which is a new establishment, like I said, new thing, a new setting, new Jigsaw. We got literally a picture of John Kramer. This is a new Saw. It's more or less a cop played by Chris Rock going through his family legacy, his mistakes, the failures of cops as a whole, and the twisted mentality of it. It's kind of a police corruption story, but it doesn't really take a stance on which way is necessarily the correct way to reform or anything like that. It's just like that's the setting. That is the focus, is corruption and the I'm gonna spoil it. So if you're this far in the video, the new Jigsaw who got away, similar to our last Jigsaw copycat who also got away, is connected directly to that police. That is the synopsis of Spiral. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I thought the police corruption thing was interesting. I don't know if they were trying to make a statement about police in general, or if it's just kind of a story about this precinct. But I don't know. I thought it was a good written story.
Same.
What was I gonna say? I had another thing I was gonna say. What was the last thing you just said?
What do you mean? The stance?
No.
How the Jigsaws got away? Both the copycats?
Jigsaws got away. Yeah. That was it. Yeah, I wonder if if they keep making movies, which I mean, I guess they've made so many movies. I can't see them stopping now. But
right.
What are they gonna do with these two new Jigsaws that they've come up with?
Ooh, I hope they fight each other.
That would be cool.
That would be sick as fuck.
Because you have kind of a legit Jigsaw still, but then you have this copycat who's also very smart and creative.
Yes.
What are you gonna do with these? I guess antagonists. I don't know. I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do, because they've let two new people get away, and now there's two existing Jigsaws.
Yeah.
And this is the first one that we haven't directly seen John Kramer as a person.
Footage. We've seen picture.
Footage. We saw pictures. I don't know if the actor. What's his name?
Tobin Bell?
Yeah, Tobin Bell. I wonder if he'll ever be back for these, Saw movies that they make, or if Jigsaw was his last one that he was in.
That would be certainly interesting to see if Tobin will return. He seems like the biggest fan of the franchise. He cares so much about the character. I think going into a 10th film. What? Actually, while we're talking about that, let's see if Saw is getting a number 10. Is there going to be is there going to be a 10th Saw movie? Let's see if something like that has been announced. In April 20, it was announced as the 10th film, Saw X. Okay. Then definitely. I think Tobin Bell will obviously be back in Saw 10. Holy shit. Oh my god, we're going to be able to do a premiere night of Saw 10? Yes. Oh, that's so cool.
We have watched 9 movies.
We have watched 9 movies in the franchise. Now, guys, if you've made it this far in the video, we are going to be doing a tier list. So if you want to click off this extremely long video and go to the tier list, definitely go check it out there. It's going to rank high for me. I really enjoyed this film. So going into the actual thoughts of the film, I'm going to go ahead and get my thoughts all out of the way. Then you guys will all go down the line. Now, if we repeat things, story beats, whatever, that's fine. Talk as long as you want. I don't care. If you repeat things, that's fine. But I'm going to go over my opinions first. You guys interrupt me, do whatever, okay? So for me, like I said, I think... here's all the positives, right? I really like the reuse of the score for Saw. I like the mixing of the pop music. I thought it kind of fit with where we were at. I know that's kind of controversial. I feel like a lot of people might not like that, but I did. The color grading is phenomenal. I thought it was great. It's the most beautiful Saw movie. The cinematography, gotta give it up there, because
some one takes,
dude.
The one takes, the long shots.
The one shots, the rigs they had. There was this subway scene where they went down. They went this way, then down, then back here.
Their marriages.
Yes,
and stuff.
that was a very impressive rig they had there. Some of the handheld stuff looked really good. The quick cuts were back, and I really enjoyed a lot of the technical side of everything. I think Chris Rock surprisingly gave a good performance in this kind of drama. Now, at the same time, I feel like he's not perfect, because he's very much just Chris Rock for 90% of his performance. But really, that 10% is really like something different. Now, that's not saying he's bad by any means, because he's not. I actually found him to be a strong protagonist in the role. But the thing is, he's Chris Rock. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's that kind of character type you would expect. But he was good. The motivation of this new Jigsaw was good. I kind of fucked with it. The quick little bits of writing that we had, and the quick editing pieces were good too. And you know, every Saw movie has a twist, and maybe this video has one too, but we will talk about that in a minute. But overall, the structure of this movie went really well. I think the pacing was good. I think everything really like went well, and the new doll we had was good. And the saw traps were absolutely disgusting. There were some of the worst traps in this, and it was just great.
Many.
There were not very many, but when we had them, they were good, which is definitely an upside here. So overall, and especially with that ending, it was good. I think it was very solid. That final twist with Samuel Jackson being pulled up and literally did the exact same movement that we saw the puppet do earlier was genius.
Yeah,
that was
cool.
I
incredible.
will say, I think, one of my favorite parts about this movie was the ending. How they did that. That was like, that was really cool. I will say, I think, I don't know. There was a lot of this movie didn't really feel much like a Saw movie.
No, and I think that's totally on purpose with the title.
Probably, it was probably done on purpose, but then again, it didn't turn me off from it because I thought it was a good movie. I thought everything that you said was good about it. I thought was phenomenal. But it just felt very different. Yes. It's a great movie, not bad by any means. It's just I looking at it as a Saw movie, I was like. It was more focused on like the police detective side of it rather than here's these people stuck in traps.
Yes, there was no official game.
Yeah. And I get, and that part of that too is because it's not Jigsaw. It was done by a different person with different motives, different means. But it was just different. It was interesting. It was a good watch, and there was a lot of parts of the movie that were the best out of any of the Saw movies. Like the same that you said, and I agree with everything that you said was good about it. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Hell yeah, Spencer.
Yeah, I liked. I did like the little bits of pop music that you said were thrown in there, and the Saw remix during the credits. I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah,
dude. When I realized that was a Saw, I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
I was fairly close to my prediction about a basement or a garage.
We sure as hell ended.
It was an abandoned soap factory
in a close enough spot. That was surprising.
But yeah, some of the camera work it was really good. The yellow light indicating the heat wave was great. And then when it was dark, there was a shot where one of the detectives, it was the second one, Finch was his name, right? And there was a lot of blue.
Yes,
and I liked that a lot.
Yeah. I love how that contrasted with the red of the blood. That looked really good.
Yeah, I really liked the way that looked. What was it? I didn't like so much pig, not enough puppet.
Sure.
We didn't get to.
I think that was kind of play on the police thing.
I think
his
it was
motives
too.
Of he didn't like the police. I think that was kind of the reason. There was a lot of the pigs and stuff, but
that could be part of the reason why it didn't feel as much like a Saw movie because every single movie we've had this puppet say, "I want to play a game."
Oh, you know
that
what?
Deep voice, but now we have a pig saying, "I want to play a game," in a super stupid voice, and it's just not as scary.
This makes a lot of sense to me. So it's called Spiral, the Book of Saw, from the Book of Saw, right? Mm-hmm. Take it this way. Canonically, in this world, imagine putting yourself in these shoes of there's an actual Jigsaw killer and there's many copycats. Serial killers would just do this. So it kind of makes sense that this, because really this movie could survive on its own without being called Saw, and he's just a fucking serial killer.
Yeah,
but it has the Saw twist in it. And I kind of liked that.
Yeah. It's really.
I do miss the game.
You would expect a famous serial killer to have copycats. I mean,
right. Exactly.
And many franchises have played on that idea. We've seen that in superhero stuff. We've seen that in all sorts of places. So that's not a totally unreasonable. Thing.
And to actually have one not directly influenced by John Kramer himself, like personally, like knowing him.
Like he had his own motive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to take a guess on what Spiral got on Rotten Tomatoes? Because we're gonna check that out right now.
I think honestly, I think Jigsaw probably performed better.
Yeah.
Just because, again, like I said, it's different than a traditional Saw movie, and I bet that turns some people off.
Yeah, I definitely want to check out the box office too, but you got to remember with the box office when we checked that, this was pandemic box office, so that's different. But I think I'd say I'd give the movie somewhere in the 8s. Doesn't reach the 9s, but it's definitely high 8. Oh, fuck yeah.
Really?
Oh my god, yes. This was so much better than Jigsaw, in my opinion. That twist, the cinematography,
I guess
some of the great scenes.
If I separate the differences between the other movies, set it as its own little movie. Yeah. Sure.
It's a great
Yeah.
standalone. You don't need the others.
We're not ranking this as
No.
its own standalone movie, though. We're
No, I
ranking
know.
it as a Saw movie.
But I think it's stronger than what I thought it would be. So maybe I'm
Okay.
just. I think it's high 8s for me. But all right, you guys ready?
I think we were under the impression that like it's like Saw 1, 2, and 3 were going to be really, really good. Then the rest of them were going to suck. I think we were under that impression going into it. But
And so
that was
the
not-
9 movies in, this one being relatively good.
We've had one movie that I would say is bad.
3D.
Yeah.
I remember
But I
3D
still
and
enjoy
2. Yes, different reasons why you enjoy it. But yeah.
I want to see Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right. 37%.
Yeah. Compared to what the last one was.
Yeah, and the audience score is lower than.
Well, what's the highest? What's the highest Saw movie Rotten Tomato wise?
That's
interesting
That's
to-
a good question.
5.
No, that's the lowest.
Oh, that's the lowest.
Saw,
The original one
number
has a
is
51.
Got it. Wow.
Spiral's number 3? What? Why are they all so low?
I feel like
Saw 5.
that's just not right.
Wait, where's Saw 3D on there?
That's Saw 7.
7. 5, 6.
Where's
It's
7?
not on there, is it? On more items? Because I'm like, we're doing investigative
Yes.
work here.
We're looking at the editorial of Rotten Tomatoes real quick.
Yes. Which Rotten Tomatoes I always take with a grain of salt.
Yes,
anyway.
yes.
But
Do not let a Rotten Tomatoes score influence your decisions. Okay, we're just checking
'Cause
to look at the
I
consensus of
probably,
others here.
let's see, where's 7 at?
I normally do disagree.
On here. What the heck?
Hold on.
It'd be VII.
It's the final chapter. That's
Yeah, 10%. Yeah, that one's really bad.
Yeah.
I think that's the most accurate.
We should save some of this stuff for the tier list, though.
Yeah, no,
There's more tier
absolutely.
list talk.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know, we're just done with the franchise, so we want to take a look back. I definitely think Rotten Tomatoes is wrong on this. I get it. I just don't like when you look at a Rotten Tomatoes score. You can be like, okay, this is good, that is high. Hopefully, all like it, but don't take it as like that's fact. You know. I think we come from a very broad essence of what our likings are in film and TV, and the fact that we all have enjoyed this to a certain amount, it shows that Rotten Tomatoes isn't the definitive thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you agree with Rotten Tomatoes, that's fine too. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying Rotten Tomatoes is not your number one source. But Spencer, I think since we've wrapped up this, here's our twist. I'd like to play a game. Do you know how many fucking times you yawned in this video?
I knew you were gonna do this. I have no idea.
Over 30 times. 30 times you've yawned. There's a counter right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right there.
Right there.
There's a counter. And do you know you do the same shit every time you do this?
And then most of the time you're like,
It's cold as heck in here, man. It's
Dude.
freezing in here all the time.
So, Spencer,
Are you gonna
game
show me-
over.
Are you gonna show me a
Game
montage?
over.
Game over,
Are
Spencer.
you gonna show me a montage? Of
Yeah.
montage?
yes.
Yes. All right, see you guys. Make sure to check out the tier list, and we'll see you then. All right, bye, guys. This motherfucker's crying. He's crying because of how many times he fucking yawned. If you don't think I'm gonna put this shit in now, holy shit, we're only at 4. He's only seen 4 of this shit. He doesn't even know how many he's done.
So it was in the 30s.
Oh my god. Did you guys see that fucking final one he did? He's like,
We'll play it again. You gotta put it again.
Why did I do that?
Stuff looks really good. The quick cuts were back.